Nathan Cox, thanks for joining us around the home. Today we're going to do quite the versus test. Here I've got the Pocket Hole Jig, the 720/720 Pro from Kreg, and the Massca M2 Pocket Hole Jig. Okay. Now these are two very comparable units because they're right about the same price, roughly both like $150 when you get the Pro bundle and you get the Pro here. Okay. By the way, while I'm talking about that, I will have Amazon links in the description down below for this stuff, and even better, I'll have my website link, okay, for this specific web page for the Pocket Hole Jigs, which you'll see all my videos there for them, plus like visual, like Amazon links for all this stuff, along with direct links from Massca as well. And I am affiliates, so it does help our channel out, help support us if you use those links. So please click away, please click, click, click. And before I go any further, I guess I should say I used my own money to buy the Kreg, and Massca sent me the M2. Okay, but they sent it, and I told them, you know, to be completely honest with my reviews, my testings, my verses. And I told them I was going to be, you know, putting it against the 720 from Kreg, and they said, yeah, we want honest reviews. I'm not sponsored with a paycheck or anything like that. I'm not scripted. Absolutely will not say anything that a company wants me to say. I'm going to do it my way. And some of you, I know there's still a couple of you out there that are like, well, they sent you this, so that's like payment, right? No, it's like work. I have to make lots of videos. And if I don't like it, and I think it's junk, why would I want them to send me more stuff? Why would I set myself up to get more stuff that I don't like? Anyways, now I'll tell you what, I was honestly kind of excited right off the bat to do this. And when I was talking to the people down at Massca, you know, I said, okay, I'm going to put this against the Kreg 720, stuff like that, and I've been stalling on this video a little bit because I didn't know how to do it. I've been playing with both of them so I can get some good experience on good features and bad features of both. So I want this video to be as honest and as complete as possible. And right now I'm honestly a little bit not sure where I stand. You'll see by the end of the video what I mean. At first, it really boils down to, these are very different machines, okay? The Kreg is an auto machine, okay? Auto depth, auto thickness, all stuff like that, and it's huge. Look at this, it's huge. It's got tons of onboard storage here in the back. Plus, if you get the Pro, you get these wings. You can snap on here. Not only does it help like steady your wood stock and stuff like that, but you know, they hold stuff. Though I will be honest right off the bat, since this is a versus and a review, these are very flimsy, these wings, okay? I thought I'd broken them more than once. And if you want to know how to take them off, I have a how to use the Kreg 720 video you'll see popping up top right of your screen right now. So if you do go let your friend borrow this, take this off. It won't come back. It won't come back in one piece. The Kreg, not only is it huge, but like almost everything is like auto feature. Over here, the Massca is very compact and very manual on all the settings. The Kreg is 90% plastic, you know, and the Massca is 95% metal. That's huge differences. They even face differently. This one here, the clamps over here away from me, and over here the clamps right in front of me. They both have the same function. They're both pocket hole jigs. You know, the whole goal here is to make clean, consistent pocket holes. They just do it so differently. Okay, so first things first is mounting these. Let's discuss on how they mount down, okay? So both the Massca and the Kreg mount down two different ways, okay? I've got 4 screws here. They're just 1¼ number 8 wood screws. They're countersinked in the frame here, and this is mounted down super steady right here. And the Kreg, there's these 2 little holes, one here, one on the other side. They can fit a similar screw, though you're going to need a 6-inch bit to get it screwed in because of all this stuff's in the way. You don't need that with the Massca. And if you want to know more how to do that, again, double check that video on how to use it. And right now we'll be popping up the video on how to use the Massca so you guys can see that as well if you need to flip back and forth and see how to do these things in more detail. And the second option is both of them have a clamp option. Here's the clamp for the Kreg, which will just slide in down here, clamp on your bench. I happen to get that with my kit. You get that with 720 Pro. And the Massca kit, I didn't get it, but there are kits available with it, and it's a T-clamp, and it slides up front here too. So almost identical on the clamp part. The next thing, I think, is do you need side support? Okay, so this one has these two rods here, which are easily removed with an Allen screw. Just loosen it up and they pop right out. Alright, these are obviously all aluminum as well, same height as this. So when you put your stock in place, they help hold it so it's not like rocking. Obviously it's not needed when you do this, but when you go this way, now I've got side support. Now if you need to make a stop, so that every time you drop a board in, you can slide it in, it locks in, you can do your holes, move on to the next one. Just slide this off, spin it, loosen the thumb screw, tighten the thumb screw, and it doesn't move when you set the thumb screw. Some things when you tighten it up, it wants to creep forward or back. This one doesn't. And now I have the set. If you want to use the stop on the Kreg, you need the wings installed. And if you have the wings installed, you can't have it screwed down, you have to have the clamp. And then these close, and the wing locks in right over here, okay? And then you have this little plastic stop right here, and it screws down, and it works all right. It works all right. But then we've limited our mounting option, which you don't limit your mounting option here with the Massca. All right, so let's quickly show you how you have to adjust for the different thicknesses of your stock. This is a 1x4, very standard thing to use, 1x4, 1x3, 3/4 inch actual thickness, okay? You can put it here on the Massca, say it says 3/4 right here. On the Kreg, there's a little Allen wrench which is stored on the back here. You put it over here and you say, okay, oh, it's 3/4 inch thick. From here on the Massca, you do have to adjust the block here, okay? You loosen the screws here, line it up, got 3/4. Lock one side, lock the other. And nice thing is, again, it doesn't want to like push it up or down when you lock it in. So you're not like, okay, wait, no, it moved, wait, no, it moved, okay. So even though you have to do that, it does it really efficiently. On the Kreg, you don't have to do that at all over here. This is just auto. It doesn't matter if it's 3/4 inch thick or if it's 1.5 inch. It just locks in and that's it. You're done. Back over here to the Massca, because this is a manual clamp, you will have to adjust and unscrew, screw this in, screw this out, find your correct tension there, and kind of tighten the nut there. The Kreg has a little tensioner knob on the left side here, so you can make it tighter or looser on how tight the auto clamp works. Okay. Again, like I said, very different machines. You can see here that setting this up. Now, if you're going to use 3/4 all the time, or even if it's just per project, obviously, personally, I pretty much use the same size stock through the whole project. I don't have like 3/4 here, inch here, 1.5 inch there. It's almost always the same. So once you set this up, it's set for your project. So I mean, I don't know, that's a huge deal for everyone out there. I'm just letting you know. On the Kreg drill bit, there's a little window right here on the drill bit itself that shows 1/2 inch, 3/4, and 1.5 inch. You loosen up the little Allen set screw with this little guy, position it in place and tighten it back up, and your drill is now set. Okay. If you're like, wait a second, what if I have like 5/8 or 1 inch or something like that? Well, if you lock the drill bit here on the back side, there's actually measurements on the back side, those missing measurements, 5/8, 1, and something else. That's right there. So you can have most every measurement there to properly adjust the collar. So the Kreg is now done. On the Massca, okay, and these Allen set screws are the same size. So you can actually use this wrench on that or vice versa. And if you're like, wait a second, what if I get the Massca but I have an extra Kreg drill bit, can I use it? Or if I have a project and it breaks, can I run to Lowe's real quick and get one? Yes, yes you can. But you're not going to use the window to set it, you're going to set it the same way I set it right now. Is we're going to loosen the collar, I'm just going to slip it off. And then on the Massca we're going to take this little depth guide that comes with the kit. It's got 1/2 to 3/4, 7/8, 1, 1 1/4, and 1 1/2. Okay, we're going to stop it in the hole there, line it up. Okay, so that we got our 3/4 here facing it. So it drops down, touches it. We drop the collar on. We tighten it up. And now the Massca is ready to go. Okay, so you can see there's pluses and minuses for both systems. The Massca obviously takes a lot longer to set up and change for stock size than the Kreg does. But the Kreg, on its wings, if you need to stop, then you're limited to only using the clamp, and you have to have the wings, right? Because the 720 doesn't come with the wings. On the Massca, the wings are right here, and it doesn't stop me from screwing it down or using the clamp. Alright, next let's talk about dust collection, okay? The Massca has a screwed on dust collection port right here up front. The Massca does come with two different Allen wrenches, one for the collar and one for the machine itself. And I really wish it just had one. And they are actually slightly different. Fractionally, it's a very small difference, but the silver one is definitely a hair smaller than the black. And the silver seems to match up with my 3mm metric Allen wrench. So I don't know if this is a 3.5 or, which I don't have to double check, or if they're standard sizes, to be honest. Okay, but back to the dust port. There's just two screws. Here, unscrew them, flip it over, screw them back in. And even though you might say that you wish that was toolless, that seems annoying, I will say that the fit and finish for all the hardware and the threading on the Massca is spot on. I've taken this off and flipped it over probably 4 times now for my different videos, and not once has it tried to cross thread on me or act like it didn't want to go in, or so the machining is clean on this. Alright, which is, you can't see that very much anymore. Most of the time the machining is crap, and then you do it a couple times and you're like, everything just starts cross threading and screwing up. No problem here. Okay, on the Kreg, there's a little plastic port. Slip it off there, and you've got to make sure the vent is toward where the drill bits go, and you can snap it and flip on sides like that. And the Kreg comes with the rubber boot here, so it fits. It's set to fit the 1.25 inch and the 2.5 inch shop vac size hoses. Okay, so flipping it over is just as easy as this. Okay, so here's where the plus and the minuses come again. Alright, so the Kreg comes with the adapter boot, so if you only have the 2.5 inch hose, you're solid. And here's my 1.25 inch shop vac brand hose. It fits right over this, right? Not a problem. Here's the 1.25 inch hose from my Hyper Tough that I got my daughter for her scroll saw, and it's a little 1.5 gallon. I got it at Walmart, but I'm actually really happy with it. So don't knock it being a Hyper Tough. It's actually a great little mini vac, but it won't fit on. And I've tried really hard to get this on, and it won't go on this. But this one and the shop vac both fit the Massca. Okay, so I'm just like crap. So there's another minus on the Kreg, and then I'll show you guys here. You'll see it when I do the drill test. And I honestly thought that the Massca was going to fail a little bit because the holes seem kind of small, but there's like zero dust that comes out of this when I take my drill in and out. But on the Kreg, and not just because I'm going to be holding the hose, I'm going to be physically holding the hose against it, but when I use this in my earlier videos and other testing and had my 16-gallon shop vac with that hose and the 2.5 inch and had them locked in solid, every time I lift the drill bit out, there's going to be chunks of wood that come out with it. It does not suck perfectly. And I've tried, like I said, I've tried 2 different shop vacs on it. This does not catch all the dust. So that's another. So we have pluses. So we have the adapter for both sizes, and it's easy to pop in and out, toolless. But this doesn't fit the Hyper Tough brand hose, and maybe that means it doesn't fit another brand hose too. Maybe a Craftsman or maybe a Rigid doesn't quite fit it right. I don't know. If you guys have info on that, please leave it in the comments. The Massca, it doesn't have the adapter, and you have to use an Allen wrench to flip sides, but it's like dustless perfectly. I pull that drill out every time and it's just clean. So whatever, I don't know who wins on that one. Well shoot, let's get these things going and let's see what we came for, right? We want to actually drill some pocket holes. Alright, now both these drill bits, if I don't drop them and break them, are practically brand new. I've just done some test review videos with them, have done no projects. Both of them have, the same rough, probably no more than 2 dozen holes punched out of either one of them, okay? So I'm not cheating by using a damaged or defective or worn out bit, and I'm going to feed them both with the same drill even. Okay, so you can't say, well, maybe that truck was wobbly or that drill went faster or slower. Okay, I'm going to make this spot on the same test, and I'm going to punch a few holes with the Massca and a few holes with the Kreg. You'll get to see the dust collection, and you'll get to see what the holes look like when they're done. Okay, So since it's on my right here, I guess I'll start with the Massca. Let's flip the wing over, stop. I'll lock it in place. I've got the Massca bit, which I've already set the depth on. Now just like in my other videos, I'm going to set the drill bit down in, lift up a hair before I start drilling and come back down and then pull out. And I'm going to do this in real full speed. So I can speed it up or slow it down. So I want you guys to see how fast I'm doing it. So you can see that I'm doing it very even. But I want you to watch closely as I pull the drill out to see how much dust comes out of either one of these, okay? Set this second gear, we're ready to go. Okay, now you can see, like what I was talking about, these wood shavings come out. They do not get waxed clean out of the Kreg when they do out of the Massca. But I want to take a look at something else here. Alright, I want to take a look at all these holes here, okay? These first 4 are with the Massca, and these next 5, I'm not counting this one here, I started off in first gear on the drill and realized I was the wrong speed. So these next 5 are done with the Kreg, okay? Now you see here with the Massca, these are all got this kind of a furring flared up on the side of the hole. Now it's cleaned up easily with a knife, but you do have to take time to clean it up. Over here with the Kregs, they're very clean. And I've actually switched bits, and it doesn't matter. So I was like, wait a second, is it a bit thing? I've done it previously when I was testing it. But the angles are just fractionally different on how these go in. And I'm making the assumption that that's what's causing these holes to be cleaner than these. Because like I said, I switched drill bits and tried it the other way around. And it always does this with the Massca and always does that with the Kreg. And there is one more special feature that the Massca has I didn't talk about. You can actually unbolt the block here and add on a little plate that comes with it and use this as a portable pocket hole jig. Looks like this. In my video, my how-to video goes into like full depth on how to do that, okay? But it does require unscrewing 4 screws off the base and then screwing those screws back into the plate and then vice versa when you put it back together. So even though it does have the ability to become a mobile pocket hole jig, it takes a little bit of work to get to it, to make it do that. I mean, and once it is, it works well, but taking it on and off, it's not quick or easy. I think you guys can see why I was partially dreading this video, because this is a versus. I was originally going to like have a score counter on it, but I'm not gonna. These are just very different machines, even though they're both pocket hole jigs. And I've got pluses and things I really like about the Kreg, and pluses and things I really like about the Massca. I think if I were to kind of go over the things I like about each one the best, is I think the auto features of the Kreg and how easy it is to drop something in there and lock it in place and switch thicknesses of your stock. I think I really like that about the Kreg. The onboard storage is nice. You don't need to have like a little bag to have all the little parts for it, but also bad because it makes this thing really big. So I'm not sure I'm going to put that as one of my features I like. I think I kind of do, but then I don't at the same time. On the Massca, I really like the fact that it's like 95% metal. I mean, we got like, you know, the dust chute, you know, the end of the clamp and the rubber grip here is the only thing that's not metal on this thing. Really like that. That's huge. The things, you know, and the wings are very steady. They're not feeling like they're going to break off like they do on the Kreg. But things I don't like about it are, one, I question why these holes, you know, don't come out real clean. You know, the Kreg does a better job of making a cleaner hole. Also, it just takes a lot of time to reset for stocks and stuff like that. So it's really like, I guess I really don't think that if you choose one machine over the other, that you're going to get a bad machine. I think you just need to kind of look at the things I showed you guys side by side and decide which features are more important to you, and then choose. I really, it's a toss-up on me on this one here. They're just different. I wouldn't say one's bad and one's good at all. They're just different. So let's just wrap things up with that. I hope that I helped you guys make a decision on which pocket hole jig is going to better serve your project. Please take a moment, subscribe to our channel, hit that bell for notifications. Our website has hundreds of more videos organized really well, and there's another video for you guys to enjoy. You guys